Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. A quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Scorpio, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that's just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, like peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I hope that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. I don't know what was coming out of my mouth there, so I'm so sorry for that. Your key to the week this week is the Emperor. Now, interestingly enough, this card represents Aries, which is your sibling sign, because you both share a ruler in Mars. Now, that suggests to me that the more sort of fiery, stingy energy that you are known for is likely what's to come up and out of you this week. And the reason being is, this week I really feel like you're going to have to pull rank with someone. And interestingly enough, like, Scorpios get such a bad rap in the zodiac. Like, you guys really do, like, Scorpios and actually Aries as well. Like, they get a really bad rap for being like, oh, you're so over the top, or revenge, and you know, all of that stuff. Yes, all of that is there, absolutely, but there's more to it than that. And I kind of feel like one thing that I have observed with you guys, you won't pull rank unless you absolutely have to. And when you have to, you will check a bitch real good. Which, you know, of course, I'm naturally here for. The feeling that I get from this, though, with that Emperor, you are having to put your foot down with something, or you're going to have to draw a very, very firm line with someone or something this week. And this may see you... I don't see you making threats. I see it more being kind of like a... if you do this, or you take this there, I'm going to meet you there, and we're going to have to deal with it in that way, right? So it's kind of like, it's not a threat, it's kind of like a warning to say, like, if you take me to that place, I will meet you there, no problem. So it's going to be an interesting week for you guys for sure. Your foundation card is the King of Pentacles, right? So this is very likely to have something to do with work, money, finances, may even, because it's the King of Pentacles mixed with the with the Emperor. This is likely to be something to do with banking and or finances in an official capacity. You know, I mean, this could be a good week to maybe think about buying property, especially if you were going to buy a property that needed a lot of especially if you were going to buy something that needed a lot of work, that you were going to, you know, you might have to jump through a few hoops though. All right, so that's one way that this could, just one potential for the way that this could play out. Now, if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose, and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you're new, if you are a continued subby, you know I love you. Now, for your actions and options this week, you just can't make it up, right? You've got the Emperor. So there's a double hit of this energy in some way, shape, or form. My dear, dear Scorpios, you are having to really put your foot down or pull rank. There's something this week. It may have something to do with your work. It might have something to do with your living situation. That's very possible. But it could just as easily be something of a financial nature that is either very sensitive or time sensitive or time significant. And the feeling that I get from this, right, you got a double hit of that Emperor card energy now, right, which suggests that you're fired up about this. It's like you're not backing down. And if you've ever seen a Scorpio when they've decided they're not backing down, it ain't pretty, right? So interesting. For your communications and conversations, you have the Justice card, Lady Libra. This mixed with the Emperor card That is the law. That is legalities. That is, especially because you had the foundation card as the King of Pentacles, this is your official paperwork when it comes to your finances and or your bank account. This also, oh my God, is an interruption. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. It's just like, it didn't come to me, and then I heard Tara go, Raphael. I was like, oh, okay, crap. All right, I will talk about that in a moment. These two, the Emperor and the Justice card coupled together, literally represents, this can be a police officer, it can be a lawyer, it can be a legal institution, a law firm, etc., etc. In some way this week you are interacting with either a legal professional or a legal establishment, and it looks like whatever is happening could be quite sensitive. You got to really hang on to yourself this week. Have that power, have that directive, have that, if you take me there, I'm going to meet you there. All of that, keep it. Yes, you can't afford to blow up this week, Scorpio. It's really important that you hold on to yourself with whatever it is that you're doing. Now, for those of you that work for somebody else, this could be something that is either brought into play or is enforced, that you're like, no. You got to do this strategically, right? The Emperor is a seasoned soldier who was once a general, who is a seasoned general, let's say, who was once a soldier. That's the thing that people really misunderstand about the Emperor card. It's not just about, you know, hacking at something with a sword and screaming, I'm gonna kill you. It's about focused. When I need to fight, I will fight with everything that I have. When I need to use this, I will use it strategically. And this is one of those weeks. For those of you that are work for yourselves, business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, whatever paperwork you have on the go at this moment in time for taking something to the next level, go through it with a fine-tooth comb, do it a second time, take it to a legal professional and have it looked over with a fresh pair of eyes. This is going to be very important for you this week. Then you also have, for those of you that are retired or no longer working, this could be a legal situation that you're maybe brought into that actually has nothing to do with you, but you have to deal with nonetheless. This is going to be very, very interesting week. I kind of, in my mind's eye, what I can see is all these different paths. Like, I'm sorry, my eyes are flickering because I'm trying to hold on to the vision, but in my mind, all I can see is all of these paths, and it's like they're all converging at this one point. I don't know what's happening for you guys this week, but it's going to be very powerful. Now, for the interruption, this is something that's happening on the wider world stage. This isn't just for you. Yes, it's going to speak to most Scorpios in some aspect of their lives, but there's something about this that we're going to see out there. And I find this really, really interesting. I don't know if this is going to be over some sort of legislation that comes through, or it's going to be something to do with the things that are developing in the Middle East and stuff that, you know, a lot of people seem to be unhappy about. And I'm neither one way or the other. I try to stay out of those things because they're divisive by their very nature. And I like to think I'm about unifying people in some way. For your love and relations, you got that King of Pentacles, all right? So the finances and the resources this week are going to need to be looked at, right? So if you're partnered, married, etc., your partner might need money or resources from you this week. You might have to support them in a financial way. And whatever it is, it's only a short-term boost that you're giving them that will pay out a lot later on for both of you, which I actually really like. Now, these two together, King of Pentacles coupled with the Justice card, can sometimes be a Libran male who may feature for you. So for those of you that are single, I mean, this bodes very well. It does suggest that somebody that's coming in that is likely to work in the legal or the in the field of law. Let's put it under all of it under that umbrella. Somebody that's likely very well traveled, somebody that has seen a relative amount of life, that is older and wiser, but also somebody that, you know, is about it. When they say they're going to show up, they will show up. this person could really take you off guard, because you might be, you know, my life is going this way, I'm doing this, and then all of a sudden this person shows up and they are smart and powerful and sexy and alluring and quite stoic, which is actually quite attractive to you guys, as now my reading have started to understand, and there's a sense that they draw you in. And with that Justice card there, this could be somebody that you end up getting into a very serious commitment with. Very, very possible. For your money and materials, you've got the Ten of Wands. There's a thread running through this about your money this week, and it's like I wouldn't say like disputes, but I think the term is little fires everywhere. There's like little things that you're just having to, and it all seems to have a central theme. I'm really intrigued by this. This week, when it comes to money, finances and resources, be careful what information you accept or take on board. You're usually very good with this stuff anyway, but more so diligent this week than ever before. That's something to consider. The other thing that I would like you to really think about this week as well is if you have something to say when it comes to the financial sphere, or you feel like something needs to be said, then you obviously have to say it, but be strategic about the way that you do this. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your lower back, your buttocks, your thighs, and a part of your liver. The fact that you have the Justice card above this, and then you've got those two Emperors, this week your anger, whether it's internally expressed or externally expressed, could really burn your inner system out. And from what I know, which isn't a great deal, I'm not a doctor, I can't give you medical advice, but with what I do know about anatomy and physiology and stuff and from the spiritual perspectives that I understand, the liver, the more angry you get, you can burn out that energy around your liver can really take a beating. So this is like a double up message. You've got to look after yourself this week and find ways to dissipate that anger that aren't going to internalize on you, right? And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, it looks like something's getting very, very loud. It's like, and it's weird because for those of you that are partnered, I don't see you and the partner arguing, but I do see an argument happening. Maybe this is just outside and, maybe the police are called and it all gets really serious and you're like, okay, we'll just look out behind the curtains because this shit is crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like there could be something happening in the locality, but not necessarily to you. What I want to say on that front is red mist, don't get drawn into it, all right? It looks like you're going to have plenty of your own stuff going on this week. Please, I mean, if you can, and it's obviously not, legally sensitive and stuff, let me know how this shapes up for you in your life, because I'm so intrigued at this point. With that said, I wish you a conscious week so that you can navigate this to your best and brightest. Have an amazing time, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.